What would a Midwest be?
What, level 1?
Yeah, oh, even level 3.
Oh, to win the tournament, it's like...
no, about just one match, first round match.
Level 3 is not that much for...
Not much more than 115.
No.
Even with the new, because I haven't even looked at that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So staying at home, getting your 115s. Does it make sense to drive to Wisconsin? Because if I win one match there, I'm going to get 120, and I still don't have 4 115s that I need. That doesn't make sense. Play at home, win the 115. Go ahead.
If you don't know about Bernie Masters and you're just getting into tournament play, great. It's a one-day tournament. It's not sanctioned. Go to the Olympic website. You can sign up. I don't think they have them in the summer. But I know some of you, I know Sanja won the series last year. I know Hayes has played some. But it's Saturday evenings. Sometimes they're Fridays. It's like 4 hours. You play 4 or 5 rounds.
Again, one-day tournaments. Go play one night. So what happened with Sanjin since he won it? What'd you get out of that? You got to...
Well, I mean, just a lot of extra matches.
Did you guys do the team thing and go?
That's in July.
So he qualified to go?
Yeah, in July he's going to Indianapolis.
And goes to Indianapolis to play on a team. So if he's going to, all right. And these are non-sanctioned tournaments, the lowest level tournaments we probably have in Columbus. Great place to get started. How do I get started in tournaments?
You have to sign up in August.
Yeah.
Nobody will tell you. You just
Get closed out of them?
Yeah, they run out of
website, and 1st of August, just go, and it's like they'll take the first whoever.
You can always drop out. You don't have to pay in August, right? You just...
You pay initial fee, and then you can pay per match later.
Yeah, so you could sign up and you pay the initial fee. So if you play one, it's the same fee. But then if you don't want to play them all, but you can sign up for them all and then go, all right, I don't want to go to that one, I want to go. But you're at least in there that you have the opportunity. Thanks.
You wait after August.
It was closed out, yeah. And it shows that we get complaints. There's limited tournament opportunities in Columbus. And why is that? Because our philosophy, when I came here, I ran tournaments every weekend because we didn't have anybody. There was no kids there. We didn't have the junior program. Now, if we take a tournament and put a big tournament in here, we're canceling all the tournament program that we have for all of our kids. Nobody gets their lessons that weekend. Nobody gets to play tennis that weekend. The adults are mad because you charge me when it's like good weather, and then it's terrible weather, and I want to play indoors, and all you want to do is play tennis. And now you canceled all my court time in that. And the same thing with the lessons with the kids and that. So we try and take care of the kids first, fill in what we can. We've got a new philosophy of how to run some one-day tournaments over the weekend. We just kind of started that. We have some times that we can, next year we'll probably have more of a tournament schedule of smaller, maybe one age group or 2 age groups, but we can mix them up and run them every weekend that we have court time to be able to do it. I get drilled on that all the time, and it's like, I understand what you're saying in that. And when I was in Chillicothe, I ran a tournament every month. I ran 159 tournaments while I was there because nobody used the court, so it was real easy to run a weekend tournament every weekend. But here it's become a different story. You know, we started out, we used to have Friday nights open, and now we don't have Friday. Now Saturday nights with match play, and we would rather see 30 of our kids come and play match play than we would run a tournament and have 20 kids come from wherever that aren't even in our program. That doesn't make sense philosophy-wise. Plus, running tournaments can be, you have to deal with parents. And it's like, we did that a couple of times. We're like, oh my God. The owner's like, why do I want to do this? And hire officials and whatever. And it's like, we get abused for whatever happens. So it's like, maybe it would be better if we got paid to do something that made sense and took care of the people that appreciate it.
All right, the district tournament's like in a couple weeks. If you've been down the hallway, there's like giant photos. So it's our qualifier for nationals. That you used to be a local area qualifier, which you had to play to go to districts. That doesn't exist anymore. So you just sign up for districts. But if you sign up, you get in. It's
a 64 draw, and there's been one of our boys is 2 years in a row hadn't got in. It's the only 2 age groups that they've filled. Nobody fills the 64. So, except for those 2 age groups. And this one boy couldn't get in at 14s, then he couldn't get in at 16s. And so he needed to play a few more tournaments, so he had a few more points to be able to get it done. But most everybody's going to get in. There's very few that are not going to get in. So qualifier for nationals. So it's the qualifier to go to the Midwest Sectional, which is the qualifier to go to nationals. 3 steps to get to nationals. District, Midwest, Sectional, and then you're qualified for nationals. And out of that, there's a quota of, I don't know, high value usually gets 20 to 21. in based on rankings, seedings. Another reason to go to the show. The show is the Midwest qualifier. That's the biggest tournament that probably our kids shoot for. Districts is big. If you have a lot of points or a high UTR, you could get seeded at districts. Most of the time, if you're seeded when you go to districts, you're going to Midwest.
When I first came here, I think CJ and Jack Klein, we had 2 people go to the closed. I think last year we had like 20. So that's what the kids in HP, their goal is kind of to go to that tournament. Some of them go past that tournament, not very many, but that's in a couple weeks as districts. If your child's in girls 16s, the districts is here. So you definitely should play regardless, and they have doubles. So very few tournaments you can go play singles and doubles, and we recommend for sure all our kids play doubles when they can, because there's not as much opportunity. If you're going to play college tennis, the coach would look, can you play singles and doubles? Because you play both every match.
And it's a 3 days tournament, isn't it?
It could be 4 if you win, but
depends on how much. Yeah, it could be 4.
But it's usually they run 2 singles in the first day and a doubles. So if they run it right, it's on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So there's a good chance there's very few left on. What on Monday we have 16.
You have to win at least 3 matches to get to Monday.
Yeah,
maybe more.
But Monday becomes a problem. There's no doubt about that it goes. But it's the one tournament a year that goes that long, and you have to do that unless you go to the Midwest. And then you're talking about so many of the tournaments, the higher level tournaments, these kids going to Wisconsin they're playing on Mondays. It's a problem. But there's more and more kids that are defaulting on Monday because I got to get back to school or whatever, and playing for those points doesn't matter. I'm sorry, I'm gone. I have an injury. My toe hurts.
I
So.
tried to sign up the kids, and they wanted to go on doubles for sure, but it is asking me like the number of the USTA number for a kid that they
Their partner.
prefer to play with. Is it necessary to have this, or like they would match?
You should enter the brother's USTA number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean you don't have to, but then the tournament director knows you're playing doubles together if you do that.
Some of these tournaments, if you don't register for doubles before the tournament starts, you can't play doubles.
Yeah.
We do our doubles draw after everybody gets there. Everyone gets there, and we go, "You want to play doubles?" We try and cajole the kids into playing doubles. And many of them, no, I don't want to play. I don't want to play. Well, there's somebody here that doesn't have a partner. She doesn't get a play unless you play. And then sometimes they'll sign up. And some of them will just say, "No, I'm still not playing doubles," because we think it's the most fun they have is going to play doubles.
Okay, Midwest Open is a 128 draw. If you don't make the close, you can go play that. It's one of the bigger tournaments.
So
a
that's
lot of
the
high school
open.
kids go play that.
So we have the closed, we have districts, we have that's the qualifier for nationals. Then we have the sectional closed, Midwest section closed, and then nationals. This is the biggest Midwest tournament that's open for anybody to get in, and they don't fill the draws, right? It's been
Some of
long.
them do, but it depends on the age group.
Okay.
Girls will not fill the draw.
Maybe boys 18s might fill the 128 draw, but 128 kids. And the younger age groups, it's in Cincinnati. Dayton used to be, not anymore. But I wonder if they'll run that outdoor. Yeah, probably can't without an indoor backup.
Boys,
Interesting.
Yeah, they moved it. So there's a chart in a couple pages later. It's points per round. There's 4 levels of tournaments. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you go play a tournament at Wicker Tree, it's a level 4. If you type in on that search on the front page, if you want to play a section level tournament, just type in Midwest as the key word, and then it'll say Midwest level 2. But it'll come up with just the Midwest level tournaments. So again, you're trying to find a schedule that you can win about 2 out of 3 matches. So.
Or try and get your points per round. How do I go to Chillicothe? We always send kids to Chillicothe because there wasn't as many good kids went there. Nobody wants to drive to Chillicothe to play. We sent kids down there that would win tournaments. It's like, hey, that's great. First tournament they ever won was Chillicothe. And I remember one of the girls that played on the pro tour when she was 12 years old, came through Chillicothe. Maybe she was 10 playing in 12. These girls used to come there all the time to win tournaments. And they would be playing up in their age group. And every weekend, somebody show up and going, "Why do you drive her?" "Because we want to win."
So UTR we kind of went through, but the other point of it's like that's the number one thing college coaches would look at is that. And then if you're looking at playing college tennis, it's really easy. You could go look up the people on the team and say, "Oh, that guy's a 7.
Could I play at
I'm a
Otterbein?
5,
Let's
I'm
look at the
probably
top
not
player at Otterbein, and you go, "Oh, the top player is only 11. The bottom player is 8.5. Wow. I'm a 9. I could play there. So you look at those things and you can nail down some colleges maybe otherwise you wouldn't know.
Where
And
do you find those this? I mean,
The UTR,
is that a website?
that
yeah,
is
there's a link to it on there
Okay.
actually. But Universal Tennis. If you don't pay, it doesn't give you the decimal points, but that's still pretty accurate. I mean, you'll see 4 or 5 instead of 4.
a lot of times, and then if you can find a person's name, then you can Google their name and look under their player information, which is on the web, and it'll give their UTR exactly.
Yeah. Tennisrecruiting.net, it's another good site. They have a lot of good articles about college on it. It's not as important of a ranking now that UTR's a lot bigger, but they have a star system. So if you watch football recruiting and be like, oh, they got a 4-star, that's this for tennis. So blue chip's the highest, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But it's the good part about it, you can go on it and you can kind of see all the people who've committed to, oh, this person's going there, this person's going there. And it's just if you're top 200 in the area, you're a 4-star. If you're top 300, you're a 3-star. So it's not, it's a good site to check out if you haven't seen it. We have junior team tennis starting soon. Got a lot of people here have probably played it. Last year we had 8 teams, I think, go to Midwest Championship and 3 teams go to Nationals. So the best kid here, I remember 2 years ago, got invited to go to, he made national hard course. Midwest said, come train with the national team before the tournament. And he said, no, I don't think so. That's the weekend of junior team tennis because that's the most fun I have all year. So I'm not going to play at Illinois with the best players in the country because I'm going to play team tennis. So
And we asked back in our kids, and all of them that go through high school tennis and have had success, been to states, whatever, the number one thing they say, no, I love junior team tennis more than anything else I did in tennis because they're on a team, they're having fun, and our teams win. We are the banner program in the Midwest for junior team tennis. The banners up on the wall in 5, 6, 7. We've had somebody at nationals out of those teams since 11.
Up from last year yet.
Yeah, I know Jim doesn't have. We have 3 banners from last year that aren't up yet, but maybe they'll get up this summer. But it's what our kids love to do, and the parents when they go with the kids, best experience, right?
Yes.
As a parent, and it's fun for us as a coach. It's probably the most fun we have. And Midwest is a blast. Just to go to Midwest, whether you make it to nationals. We're in a little bit of trouble. They changed the dates on us, so now girls tennis is going to conflict with the nationals. And we told them, I go, well, I guess you didn't want the racket club to come again. You didn't want us to win Midwest because we're not going to have any high school girls to be able to qualify. So we're still trying to figure out how we can get, because you're not allowed to play on any other tournaments or teams while you're in high school tennis in Ohio. So once that season starts, the girls are done. So they can't go play on a national team. So we got to catch them before they age up to be able to do that.
What is the team cup? I think it's coming in June. What is the team?
Team Cup is if you're like top 4 in a High Valley, then you get there's a district team cup team is like there's 4 boys, 4 girls from.
That would be
12
Columbus. There's a local.
That's a local one.
Yeah, but that's called
That's district team cup.
District
That's
Team
not
Cup.
sanctioned. There's a sanctioned Midwest team cup, which is
How do you sign up? I think it's
you get a letter. The coaches pick. I mean, I'm doing 14s. You pick the top 4 players and you say, do you want to play? And if they say yes, they're play. If they say no, then you go down to the number 5.
top 4 players in the Midwest in Ohio Valley.
Yeah.
So if you're top 4 in Ohio Valley, then
Unfortunately, there's not a 16s. Brian's been trying to get a 16s for years, but it hasn't worked.
what about
So-
12? They have 12.
Huh?
12?
Who?
12.
yes, there's
Yes,
a 12s
there
and
is.
14s.
Nikki's probably not quite there, but if somebody drops out like the day before the event, you can be an alternate. It's hard to get on the team, but luckily, it's a great event. If you're that level, you definitely want to play it if you ever have the opportunity to play it. But,
There's another thing called zonals. Do you know about zonals?
yeah, she could play that for sure.
She can play zonals. That's a Midwest event where you're on a Midwest team and you play other sectional teams.
You can switch on.
And that one you got to go in and apply for by end of May.
June 15th, I think.
June 15th is the deadline for zonal. Zonals is, here we go again, you're going for 4 days and you don't leave. You're going to play. You're going to play every day. You're going to play singles, doubles, whatever, and you're on a team. But it's a great experience. coaching. They have a Midwest hires the coach.